Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Sarah and I'm a travel enthusiast. Today we're going to talk about the Olympics. If you've watched my packing video, then you already know that I'm going to the Olympics this year. And if you haven't watched it, you should. I'm very excited about this trip because it is going to be the trip of a lifetime. And to get into the spirit while I count down the days until I leave, I've put together a few things you need to know about this 33rd Summer Olympiad. And real quick, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my adventures ahead. Now, this year, for the first time ever, there will be an even number of female and male athletes ever. The Games have slowly been inching towards gender equality, but this is the first year that it is actually accomplishing that feat. They were close at the Summer Games in Tokyo in 2020, with 48% female and 52% male, as well as the Beijing Winter Olympics with 45% female and 55% male. However, this year there are 10,500 athletes, and the IOC has worked very hard and reallocated numbers to ensure that there is an even amount of female and male athletes performing. And actually, Paris was the first Olympics back in the year 1900 that women even actually got to compete, with 22 female athletes that year. There are two new sports debuting at the Paris 2024 Olympics. The first is breaking, or also known as break dancing. It will consist of 16 b-boys and 16 b-girls going head-to-head in solo battles. They will be judged in 5 categories. Those categories are technique, execution, originality, vocabulary, and musicality. It sounds like it'll be really fun to watch. As for the second one, if you're interested in canoeing, you've probably heard of slalom or sprint. However, this year there is a new one called kayak cross. There are a bunch of requirements that the athletes are going to have to include in their runs. For instance, a 360-degree roll in the kayak, but basically it's canoeing downstream in rapids. And the racers compete against each other instead of time. So it should be pretty interesting. Now we're going to talk about some more logistical items. First is the Pass Jeux, which I apologize if I am butchering that. I do not speak French. I'm trying my best. But basically, the Pass Jeux is a QR code that you're going to need to have if you want to get into any of the areas down in and around the Seine River. This is due to the security of the opening ceremony. First, the pass is required from July 18th to July 26th. After that, you won't need the pass anymore. This is for both locals and tourists alike, whether you're going to your hotel, you live there, you have a reservation or an appointment anywhere in these zones. As of 1 p.m. on July 26th, if you have a ticket to the opening ceremony, you will not need the QR code. The ticket will suffice. There are 2 areas. There is a red and a gray zone. The gray zone actually requires you to have the pass if you want to enter even by foot, so pedestrian traffic also needs to have this code. If you want to stick to the red zone, then you can get through by walking without the code, but if you want to drive a car into that zone, you will need the QR code. You can check the interactive map. I will post the link below so you can find out if you need to apply for this pass. I did not need to apply for this pass as my hotel is not in either of these zones, and I'm arriving just a little bit before the opening ceremony, so I won't need it. Next is transportation. I don't pretend to be an expert on transportation on the metro. However, I've done a bunch of research about this, so hopefully I can answer some questions for you. First, there is a Paris 2024 pass, which is used just for the games. You cannot purchase the regular Navigo Easy Pass. You must get the Paris Pass during the duration of the games. First of all, yes, the prices have doubled, and yes, you can purchase these individual tickets prior to the game starting at regular price to be used during the games. However, if you were unable to be in Paris prior to the games, you were unable to purchase these tickets at the regular normal prices. So we're not going to talk about all that anymore. We're just going to focus on what the actual pass is. These prices are in effect from July 20th to September 8th because it also includes the Paralympic Games after the Olympic Games closing ceremony. You can purchase individual tickets for €4, or you can purchase a daily pass as well, which includes unlimited travel. The pass comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7-day passes. They range from €16 to €70, and the pass covers transportation between Paris and its surrounding areas, including both airports, Disneyland Paris and Versailles. It also includes the metro, the RER, the bus, and other forms of transportation. Now, the passes can be purchased online in advance and shipped to your home, or you can wait and purchase it at a kiosk at the airport or any of the metro stations. The card itself does cost €2, and after you have used up whatever allotment you have on your pass, you can reload that pass. You don't need to purchase another card. However, if you want a digital version, you can purchase it on your phone using the Paris Transport app, and you can get that on both iOS or Android. Again, I'll post the link for more information below. And so far, the rules for what you can and can't take into the Olympic venues are pretty reasonable. As an American, I'm used to having to take a clear bag the size of a postcard into any type of concert or sporting venue, but that is not the case for the Olympics. So the fact that you can take a 25-liter bag is pretty amazing in my book. Also, cameras are allowed as long as the lens is under 20 centimeters, which is equal to about 7.8 inches. That's huge, and it's very easily done. Photos and videos are allowed for personal use only. Commercial use is strictly prohibited. Unfortunately, this means I won't be able to post any footage I take on here, but I will be documenting and posting the general atmosphere and everything outside of the events. Other items allowed are travel umbrellas, aerosol sunscreen, empty water bottles up to 25 ounces, food in reasonable quantities, and small flags representing the countries that are participating in the games. These are subject to change, of course, but you can read about what exactly is and isn't allowed in the terms and conditions. I will post a link below. I hope that helps. These are some of the questions I've seen other people ask about preparing for the Olympics in just a few short days. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. I will be filming the atmosphere of the city, and we will be visiting several hospitality houses while we are at the Olympic Games as well. Thanks for watching.